Hello yogis, I hope that this video finds you well. My name is Katie, I'm one of the yoga instructors with the JCC, and for this week's 30-minute practice we have a gentle practice with an emphasis on the upper body. So the shoulders, we tend to hold a lot of tension there when we're stressed out. Upper back, mid back, maybe even some of the lower back. So if you have a strap or towel, that will help assist you with some of the postures that we're going to be doing, but this is going to be a seated practice, so pretty gentle, really kind of just focusing on softening the body, stretching out. And if you're interested in the playlist that I created for the class, it's going to be on the Facebook page, so you can just click on that. And we're going to go ahead and get started in a nice comfortable seat. So if you want to slightly tilt your pelvis forward, that helps with finding a seat for an extended period of time. So starting there, and then you can either place your hands palms facing down, taking the energy within, or palms facing up, open to taking the energy around you. From there, just think about aligning the spine. So shoulders over the heart, crown on top, and then just close your eyes and just start to focus and notice your breath, not trying to control it yet at this point. Just taking a nice inhale in through the nose, open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. One more time, inhaling in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. So one more time, this time inhaling and exhaling through the nose. So that nice deep inhale. Sealing the mouth as you exhale out through the nose. Finding a few more nice breaths in this easy seated position. Think about softening your face. Maybe you want to wiggle the jaw a little bit. Bring the shoulders up to your ears. And then release them down your back. Soften the belly. Two more breaths. Landing here on your mat. So whatever thoughts are coming in, just acknowledging them and then sending them on their way for the next 30 minutes. Excellent. So on that next inhale, find that nice tall spine. And then you're going to tilt that right ear towards that right shoulder. Feeling that stretch through that left side of the neck. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. You can keep your eyes closed if you like, or maybe you want to start to glance downward towards the floor, maybe up towards the ceiling. Just find a spot that feels good on that left side of the neck. And just pause there. If you want to take that right hand to that left temple, not pulling down though, just a little additional weight helps intensify that stretch. One more breath. Excellent, you can release that hand. You're going to inhale up towards center and exhale left ear towards that left shoulder. Feel that stretch through the right side this time. Noticing if the side feels a little different, maybe it's a little more open. Glance down, up, maybe out to the side. Whatever feels good. Really paying attention though to how your neck feels. Two more breaths. You want to take that left hand to that right temple. One more breath here. So then you're just going to inhale up towards center. Just take a breath here, centering yourself. And then from here, you're going to tuck the chin. Just start to draw some circles with your nose. So little tiny circles to start with that nose. It's nice and slow. Staying with the breath. Circles with the nose. So working into that neck. Eventually the circles start to get bigger. So you start with, say, a small saucer. Working out to an appetizer plate circle. And up to that large dinner plate, making those circles nice and big. Let's change direction of the circle. So starting with the big dinner plate on this circle direction. Eventually the circle getting a little smaller to that appetizer plate. Into that little saucer. So then just inhale back up to center. Nice inhale, shoulders up to the ears. Really exaggerate that movement, and then exhale, releasing down. Excellent. So on that next breath, you're going to take that right hand, come to tented fingertips. You're just going to inhale, sweep that left arm up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you're hinging towards that right side of the room. So opening up that left side body. So try to keep those shoulders square to the front of the room wherever you are. So feel that space you're creating in those left ribs. One more breath. And the next inhale, both arms up towards center. As you exhale, hinging towards that left side, so you're on those tented fingertips, right arm reaching towards that left side of the room. Take 2 more breaths here, really lifting up from that right hip. 1 more breath. Excellent. Inhale up towards center. So from here, we're going to find some spinal circles before we move into a seated cat-cow. So you're just going to plant the hands on the knees. Inhale, find that nice tall spine. As you exhale, you're shifting to that right side, then lowering down into a circle towards that left side. So working into that waist here, finding some circles. Using those knees, your hands on the knees as leverage. So you should feel this through the spine, through the low back, mid back, that thoracic spine. You want to change up that direction. Take 2 more breaths here. And going back towards center, find that nice tall spine. So then from here, you're going to inhale. You're just going to cactus those arms to start. So thinking about that cat-cow that we do in tabletop, which we will get to eventually, and then even in a low lunge. So it's going to be fun stuff. So you're inhaling, the elbows come towards one another, heart comes forward, gazing up towards the ceiling for that seated cow pose. As you exhale, you're rounding out through the spine, tucking that chin, elbows coming together for that seated cat. Inhale, opening. Exhale, bringing it all in, rounding out through that spine. So 3 more times at your pace, on your breath. Eventually making way back towards center. You can release the arms down onto the knees. And then from here, just inhale, sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. nice and gently. And then as you exhale, just really exaggerate the movement. You're bending those elbows to those goalpost arms and just sweeping down to the knees. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, releasing down. One more time. Inhale, arms extend. Exhale, releasing down. Beautiful. So from here, I am going to cue with the opposite arm. So if I mess up, just we'll figure it out, right? So you're going to bring that left arm under, right arm over. So this is our arm wrap that we're finding. So if this is enough for you, you're going to place those hands on your shoulders. If you want to go for a little bit more of the bind, you're going to take that left hand, find that clasp with the right. So we're really starting to open up the shoulders here. So we're doing this now, and we're going to wrap up the clasp with this as well. Let's see how much we can open our shoulders in the next 20 minutes. So you can either have the hands here, have that bind, and then let's find that cat-cow that we just did with those cactus arms. We're just going to keep this bind here. So you're inhaling, elbows extend up towards the ceiling as you gaze up towards the ceiling, and then as you exhale, rounding out through the spine. Inhale, heart comes forward, hands rise up to the ceiling or shoulders if you have those hands on the shoulders. Exhale, rounding out. One more time. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, releasing down. So on the next inhale, you're going to unwind, arms up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring that right arm under, left arm over. Either find those shoulders, get that nice stretch here, or start to find that bind with that right hand, finding that left hand with the clasp. So settle in here for a few breaths. You should feel a nice stretching sensation along the upper back, your shoulders. We don't want our shoulders up to our ears, trying to elongate the neck. One more breath. Then you're going to inhale. Heart comes forward, belly out, hands up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, rounding out, finding that cat breath. Inhale up towards the ceiling. Cow pose. Exhale, rounding out. One more time, inhaling up towards the ceiling. And exhale, rounding out, cow pose, cat pose. Let's land on the next inhale. Arms can sweep up towards the ceiling, and then from here, make your way to that tabletop position, finding our traditional cat-cow. Stacking those shoulders over the wrists, those hips over the knees, and again, you can either have the balls of the feet on the mat or tops of the feet pushing down. I'll change it up today to go to the tops of the feet pushing down, see how that feels. So you're inhaling, heart comes forward, gazing up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, push that mat away, doming sensation in the shoulders, tailbone tucked for that cat pose. So flowing on your breath, taking any additional movement that feels good. The sun really highlights all of the dog hair that I have on my yoga pants. Good stuff. Take 2 more rounds of breath. Just a little core work here. So we're going to take some people call this bird dog. We'll call it balancing table since it is a yoga class, right? So you're going to, I'm going to start with my harder side first. At least I think this is the harder side. So you're rooting down through all 10 fingers, and then you're going to extend that right leg back towards the back of the room. So navel's up towards the spine, gaze slightly ahead, trying to keep those two hips in one line. You're either staying here or maybe you want to extend that left hand towards the front of the room. So simple yet so challenging. Take 2 more breaths. Excellent. Then you're going to lower that knee, lower that left hand, take a cat-cow here. Then coming to that opposite side, so this time extend that left leg back. Try and keep that hip in line with that knee, with that ankle, and that right arm is going to extend forward. So right arm pulling you forward, left leg pulling you back, giving you that perfect balancing sensation. 2 more breaths. 1 more nice breath. Excellent. So from here, landing both knee and hand down, you're going to inhale and then draw that left hand up the right arm like you're playing an instrument. Left arm sweeps up towards the ceiling. So stacking those shoulders. You can find some wrist circles here. Like I said, I'm cut out, but I'm circling out my wrists. Maybe you want to find a fist and inhale that length. Exhale, thread that left hand under and through. You're going to plant that left ear on the mat. So the natural inclination here is for that left hip to come to the right. So you want to bring that left hip back in line. Then you can either extend that right arm forward, or maybe you want to extend it up towards the ceiling. Find that left hip crease. You have 2 more breaths here. And then planting that right hand down. Inhale, left arm sweeps up towards the ceiling. Exhale, left hand plants down. And let's just rock side to side. So this time finding the right arm, you're going to inhale up that left arm like you're playing an instrument. Then those shoulders stack, so right shoulder stacks on top of left. You can make that fist, circle out the wrists. Then you're going to inhale up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread that hand under and through, landing that right ear down on the mat. This time, that right hips come out towards the left hips out of line. So try to bring those 2 hips back into line. You can reach that left arm forward or extend it up towards the ceiling. Find that right hip crease. Take 2 more breaths here. One more nice breath. Excellent. From here, plant that left hand down. Inhale, right arm extends up towards the ceiling. And exhale back to that tabletop position. So from here, we're going to work a little bit more into the shoulders. So you're actually coming down to your belly. Maybe actually stay on those knees and then lower down in that half chaturanga pose down to the belly. So to start, we're going to, and you can play with whatever level feels best for you. So the least stressful on the body, you're going to take that we'll start with the left. That left arm and then just extend it down at a diagonal towards that back corner of the room. Alternatively, a little more intensity, you're going to extend it parallel to what? So you're extending it lengthwise so that you're making a T, or if you want the most impactful stretch, most intense stretch, I should say, because they're all impactful, you're going to extend it towards that top corner of the room, or alternatively, bend it at a 90-degree angle. So find what works best for you, because then you're going to shift the weight on it. So let's say I find that 90-degree angle, and then you're just going to start to roll onto that left hip. Take that right foot, plant it behind you, and you should feel a nice stretch through that left shoulder. Woo. So you can keep that right hand planted down. So opening up that shoulder, your chest. You're going to take 2 more breaths. Just staying with the sensation. You're going to roll back onto that belly and just bring both hands beside you, palms facing up. You can plant that right ear down. I'm just going to take a breath here before we move on to the other side. So then coming to your right side, and we carry ourselves differently throughout our days. So your right side might be more open, less open. So what worked on the left side might not work on the right. So just kind of playing around. If you want to be reaching on that towards that back corner of the room, maybe you're stretching out like a T, maybe you're reaching to the top corner of the room, or you're finding that 90-degree angle. So wherever you are, you're going to plant that right ear down and start to roll over onto that right shoulder. That left knee can bend, left foot plants down, and use that left hand for support. Sending your breath to that right shoulder. So what does that even mean, right? You're sending your breath to the right shoulder. So just, you're feeling the sensation. So just really, as you're taking that inhale, just nice and concentrated, thoughtful breath. Trying to release any tension, stress that you might be feeling at that moment, at that space. One more nice breath here. So rolling back down onto the belly. Both hands beside you, palms facing up. This time you can find that left ear. Take another nice breath. So from here, planting your hands, coming to melting heart pose. Here last week, I think. So for that melting heart, what you are doing, hips stacked over the knees, and then you're walking the hands forward, kind of like child's pose. So we're not lowering to child's pose though, we're just lowering that chest, forehead to the mat. So if you need a block or a blanket to support that head, but you should be elongating through those arms, through those shoulders, keeping those hips stacked over the knees. And then once you've reached your edge, so you either have your forehead on the mat, block, pillow, just let that head be heavy. Really settle into this pose. Just a few breaths. One more breath. From here, walking back to that tabletop. Take a cat-cow here in between sides. You're going to inhale, lowering the belly, heart comes forward. As you exhale, round out through the spine. Shins tucked, tailbones tucked. Back to that tabletop, neutral spine. And so from here, you're going to plant that right foot between your hands. So we're finding a low lunge. And as I alluded to earlier in class, we are going to find a cat-cow in this low lunge / half split. Just maybe back up a little bit here to stay in the frame. So you're coming to that low lunge to start, so that right hip comes back, left hip comes forward. So right knee over that right ankle, tailbones tucked. So here's our movement that we're going to find. So you're starting with that nice long spine. You're going to inhale, elbows come towards one another, hearts open, gazing up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you're rounding out through the spine to a half split. So your arms are going to come down, chin is tucked, folding over that right knee. Cat. Inhale. Low lunge, cow pose. Exhale. Folding over in your cat pose. So working the upper body, stretching the upper body here, but also getting into those legs too. Hip flexor on the left side. One more time. Excellent. So from here, coming back to that tabletop position, we are going to bring that left foot between our hands, find that low lunge to start, get in that foundation so you have that tailbone tucked, left knee over that left ankle, left hip wants to come like forward, right? But we're bringing it back nice and active. So from here, you're going to inhale, elbows come together in that cow pose, heart comes forward. And then exhale, round out through the spine, find that cat pose. Left toes come toward you as you fold over that left leg. Inhale to that cow pose. Exhale to that cat. Take one more round. Excellent. So from here, make your way to a nice comfortable seat. So if you have that strap or the towel, now is the time to get it. So we're also going to do Gomukhasana. So we did that a couple classes ago, but why not stretch the hips while we're stretching the shoulders too, right? So we're going to start, take that right knee, bend it towards that left glute. And then if it is accessible to you, you are going to take that left knee, stack it on top of the right for that Gomukhasana. If you're all way up here, doesn't feel good, just extend that lower leg long. So, because you're still getting the benefit of the stretch, both hips are planted down. So whichever option feels best for you. Then you're going to take that strap, towel, what have you, into that left hand. Give yourself a nice pat on the back. Reach that right arm behind you. Find that stretch. So we don't want to hunch forward. We want that nice, long, tall spine. You have that left elbow being pulled towards the ceiling. Maybe you find the clasp with the hands. If not, that's okay. You're still getting the benefit of that stretch. Take one more nice breath. So we're going to switch sides here. So just extend both legs long. And then from here, you're going to take that left knee into that left heel, comes into that right glute. Then you're stacking that right leg, knee on top of the left, if that is accessible. If not, extend that left leg long. So from here, you have the right hand, giving yourself a pat on the back, finding behind you that strap or your hand. Take two more breaths. Excellent. Then releasing the strap here. You can just find that nice, easy seat. And to some of the final poses today, we're going to come back to those eagle arms, like how we started about 10 minutes in. So you're going to take that left arm under, right arm over. Either find the shoulders, find the bind. So we'll just stay here for a few breaths and notice how your shoulders feel now. Do they feel a little less tense, a little more open? Do they feel completely the same? Because if they do, that's okay. You'll feel the benefits of moving with your breath and taking this time. Maybe not immediately, but they will sink in and be impactful. So just a few breaths here. You're going to inhale, elbows up towards the ceiling. Exhale, rounding out through the spine. 2 more times. Excellent. So you're going to inhale, extend up. Exhale, right arm under, left arm over. Find the shoulders or the bind here. Just take a few breaths. And flowing with the breath, inhale, heart comes forward, extend up towards the ceiling. Exhale, rounding out through the spine, chin's tucked. 2 more times. Last breath. Inhale, arms sweep up towards the ceiling. Exhale, you can bring your hands to heart center, thumbs along the sternum. You can tuck your chin towards the chest. Maybe close the eyes. Just pausing here. Feeling gratitude for our breath, the ability to move. I wanted to thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us here. I hope that you have a wonderful week and stay well, stay healthy. Namaste.